here, and that's Vi locked
That's the
into.
Vi. Time to fight. I
Yep.
mean, Team Liquid does always like to fight. The biggest surprise is that they have this little Victor running around in the mid lane. We haven't really seen much Victor.
In any of the solo skirmishes up top could be a dicey one. APA now in some trouble though with River and Gory. Howled Mist drawn down, flash for flash.
Wow.
APA, the subject of first blood drawn from River.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is gonna be a hard week for APA. You know, I feel like people have kind of figured out that he's not probably the best at soaking up pressure like this, and oh man, it looks like they're gonna just do it to him again.
He has no flash. Huhi's here as well. If he goes for this wave, he's just dead.
He loves unlocking himself from lane as soon as he can, and now may be the time. Flashing on forward with River by his side. APA locked down by the crash down. The burn is good.
His first 2 kills hasn't been that effective, and also wasn't able to like bail out Licorice in this top lane that much. Unless Licorice finds the right window to all in.
Pop the Moonlight Vigil sets up some damage, and the heal for the speed up. Both summoners used by KazaLoLLCShighlights cannot land the death sentence on the re-engage. Oh wow, Gory falling into some trouble across mid.
Oh, that's huge.
Dash away from Pioshik, but followed up by River. Looking to get another hit with the Q, and it's good. River.
But I mean, TL is definitely in a pretty good spot right now too.
Yo, sick.
Oh, one support knocked out, taken out. Huhi pretty bursted.
Getting ganked 3 minutes with the wave frozen against him, teleporting back, dying again, still having the wave frozen against him. And then we look back up and it's actually rumbled at 60.
Expected him to bleed more, and it does give. He should get a lot of credit for being able to be stable here. And
Interesting spot.
Coming into the bush. Channel of the Q. Pioshik just finds 2 more members of Golden Guardians waiting for it. Summit now down with a flamethrower. Pioshik has fallen, and KazaLoLLCShighlights.
So he thought maybe he'd get away there. Unfortunately, no.
Oh, lock onto Huhi, who crash downs away from it, stuns both with the Q, and now Summit venturing forward. Licorice was waiting with the leap. Double stun onto KazaLoLLCShighlights, and Summit heal has been popped. Huhi trying to go on back in, goes golden, leaves an opening for Licorice to hop onto Summit before being knocked back. A stun onto stun after stun after stun to make kill for kill.
KazaLoLLCShighlights 2-0. He's giga rich.
did mid die? Actually, I didn't see. I think something happened.
Yeah, I think we'll see a replay.
Now that we're starting to see him in the thick of it with the rest of the team. Licorice hopping on back, wants to keep this turret alive, but Pioshik queuing in. River is here in the mist.
They got him.
He starts to come through with a Heartbreaker. Now River's come to play with Gory on the teleport. Emperor's Divide to knock Pioshik into River's grasp. The reset is good, and KazaLoLLCShighlights will be the next to fall. Gory teleport for Golden Guardians, meaning their team is in full force. Summit does not have TP to rejoin this fight. APA first stepping up, trying to create some space with a death ray.
They get it.
Good path marked around the pit and into the back. Multiple stunned up, but in the end, Pioshik centered among everyone.
Like you said, they don't have a jungler, so maybe River tries to go for a steal.
Yeah.
But dying here, even if he gets the steal, if he dies here, it's really bad for Golden Guardian side because they have Baron. They want to use
Very
that
smart move by River to not go for the steal. And I also kind of really like the fact that Licorice is able to get this wave and that solo turtle.
big reason that he picked this champion in the first place. So I think that that's going to be his purpose now, is continue pressuring that side lane. And I don't think either Victor or Rumble can deal with Jackson.
They'll take it with ease. Again, that was only the 3rd dragon of the game, so even though Team Liquid pick it up, Golden Guardians don't seem too worried about the stacking. Summit trying to offset Licorice in that mid lane since he put so much work in up top. They want to push up towards the inhibitor turrets if they can.
Yeah, Golden Guardians is just playing on 2 lanes right now, and trying to break open these inner turrets, and that's pretty standard Baron play. Oh, they're actually just diving too.
Okay. Bot side, oh, there you go. River's gonna pop off again. Yawn trying to escape. A flay away from KazaLoLLCShighlights keeps him safe. Death sentence lands onto Gory, but they're going for the turret now. Should be able to burn it. Summit, no teleport, pushing down mid, seeing if he can trade back with a turret of his own, but it's an inhibitor that falls in the favor of Golden Guardians.
Hey, Summit got a kill. Again onto APA and really making it a hard game for him.
Yeah, that kill from Summit still left him wounded. Enough for Gory to follow up. Has the ult if needed. Does not need it. So takes the kill.
Really just hoping the Golden Guardians overplays their hand a bit.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow thrown by Stixay, seeing if they do find an opening, but at the very Liquid. Oh, and Gory making sure to block off that death sentence. But I think as a leader, as who he ventures down with Golden Guardians, he's been very adaptable. There's some intricacies to being a good communicator, but also that adaptability as Golden Guardians.
A lot smaller, right? So I think that that's kind of just I guess the best way to play League, right?
Try and fight here. That's
They
interesting.
won
Yes,
it.
GA.
River goes in, followed up by Gory. Jan steps
Wow.
back to Moonlight Vigil, but River finds him in the end, and who he zoned up. APA Summit goes into stasis. A GA popped here as well for the GG side. Double kill afforded to Gory and Golden Guardians. They get the ace, and they're looking to take the game.
River is smurfing this game, just like start to finish. That looked so silly, but he had his GA. He knew exactly what he was doing, and they totally wiped him.
It showed confidence, you know. It was just confidence that he knew they were too far. He knew they were inting, you know. Like he saw the angle. Despite even if he dies, his team should be able to, you know, funnel in there, clean them up, and win them the fight. And that's really well played to River.
A strong lead for River transforms into a strong game for Golden Guardians.
11-5 Golden Guardians extend their